Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you guys everything that I film with. So as I'm sure any other YouTuber or content creator can attest to, people are always asking me what kind of cameras I use, the lenses I use, what kind of tripods, lighting equipment, mics do I use. So of course I had to come through with a video, talk about everything that I use, what I use it for, and how much it costs. So if you're interested in seeing all of my filming equipment, keep watching. So because I want to show you guys the cameras that I use, I'm filming this video on my phone, which is a Samsung S21. And surprisingly, this is the quality of the front-facing camera, and the cameras on the back are even better. So this just goes to show you guys that you don't need an expensive camera to become a YouTuber or a content creator. You can use your phone, have excellent cameras, and you could film with any of them. Between the last several models of the iPhone and the last several models of the Samsung Galaxies, either one of those, you really can't go wrong with those cameras. Okay, so now that I've disclosed that I am filming on my phone right now I'm going to show you guys the two other cameras that I use for filming. Okay, so this camera is the Canon EOS Rebel T3i. This camera has been around for a while. I've had this for a pretty long time. It was one of my first cameras that I actually started filming on. Now, unfortunately, I can't tell you what the cost of this is brand new because I bought this camera used on eBay for like 250 bucks with the lens. So of course, I could not pass that up. Now, one thing that I like about this camera is that it has a viewfinder that you can flip. So if I'm taking a picture, I can have the viewfinder face me. But if I am filming myself, then I can make sure that I'm in frame using this viewfinder. Now, the downside to this camera is I can only film like 15-minute increments. So I typically only use this for my talking videos because I would see the red light on and then I would see when it turned off and it would stop filming. So then I would just hit record again and then continue on with my conversation. This was definitely not for anytime I was doing like a crafting video and I have epoxy or glue or whatever all over my hands and I can't sit there and mess with the camera while going back and forth between crafting. So just keep that in mind if you go and look into this one. Now, typically when I'm doing a crafting video and it's like an overhead shot and I know I'm working with something messy like resin, I wouldn't use the T3i. I would just use my phone on my table mount. But if you follow me on Instagram, you saw that I recently purchased a brand new camera and I am in love with this camera, you guys. So this is the Canon EOS M200, and this is a camera that a lot of other YouTubers recommend, a lot of vlogging channels recommend, because just like our other camera, it has a viewfinder that pops out, but instead of it popping out on the side, it pops out on the top, and you can kind of tilt it a little bit. What I really love about this camera, other than the viewfinder that pops out from the top, is that it's super beginner friendly. So if you're not good at setting your aperture or ISO settings or any of that other fun stuff, then this is the camera for you. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys right here. It has this little color wheel and right here. So then after you click that color wheel, you can mess with the contrast, the brightness, blurred background, and a few other options without messing with any of the actual camera or lens settings. So I love that it has a built-in blurred background feature where you don't have to mess with any of the settings. Another good thing about this camera is that it has Wi-Fi and Bluetooth capabilities, so it makes for a really easy image transfer. Now, my one complaint on this camera is that it does not have a mic input, so you're either forced to record your audio separately or you can use their built-in mic, which is not terrible. This camera with the lens included was $550 and it comes in black or white. Okay, so since I've showed you guys my cameras, now I'm going to show you guys the mic that I use for my audio. Okay, so this is the mic that I use. This brand is called Joby. I found this mic on Amazon and it was $40 and it has my little aux cable that I could plug into my T3i, but you could use this on your phone if you had an aux adapter. But I typically only use this when I'm using my T3i or I use it whenever I do voiceovers. So whenever I'm editing my videos, then I can just plug my mic into my computer and then do my voiceover. Okay, so now I'm going to show you guys all of the different mounts and tripods that I use. Now, the first mount that I'm going to show you guys is the one that I use with my phone. So if you guys are planning on recording on your phone, then you definitely need this because typically most mounts and tripods will not come with this little adapter. And this just holds your phone. You put your phone in here and then you screw this down to where it tightens on your phone and your phone's not going to fall off the mount or the tripod that you're using. Okay, so this was the very first one that I used when I started filming my YouTube videos. What I like about this one is that it has these legs that just bend however you want. And these little gray pieces that you see on here are like rubber, so it helps it from sliding or moving around at all. So this was awesome because I could literally pull up a chair, put this on the back of the chair, tilt this any way I needed, and then I was ready to film. So this was awesome for me in the beginning, especially when I didn't have a designated filming spot. I can go on anything, and you guys see how small this is. So this is great for traveling and on the go, especially if you do a lot of vlogging. This could easily fit in any bag. And this mount can be found on Amazon for $35. Now the next mount that I'm going to show you guys is a mount that I pretty much use every single crafting video. Anytime I have an overhead shot where I'm doing something on my table or whatever, and I'm filming with my phone, I'm using this mount right here. So on the bottom, it has this part where you just screw this. So you put this on the table or counter, whatever you're working at. You screw this to whatever the width of it is. Then you could swivel this around if you needed to, but I also liked it because it can go really high, it can stretch, it can be retractable. And I can move the piece that my phone goes on completely around. So even if I just have this clipped on a desk or a table, I could just flip this up and record myself or show the craft that I just made. And the best part about this mount is that it was only $14 on Amazon. And I've had this one for over a year now, and it's still not worn out, and I haven't had any issues with it yet. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you guys the tripods that I use anytime I'm filming on my cameras. So this was actually my very first mount ever. I got this back in high school, and I was really into photography, so I typically only use this when I was taking photos. But since I've started a YouTube channel, I have obviously used this plenty. Now with this mount, you could screw your camera right on the top, but if you're filming on your phone and you have one of these attachments, you can just screw this in to the top of the tripod, and it will hold your phone just like it'll hold a camera. So this specific tripod can extend to 50 inches with the legs, and the neck can completely extend also. So then you'll have a pretty tall tripod, which is great for if you're sitting at a desk or at a table and you want to film that. And while I couldn't find this exact one because this one is so old, I found the next best thing on Amazon, which was only $14. Okay, so the next tripod I'm going to show you guys is my most expensive tripod because it's also my tallest tripod. So I'm just going to transition nicely and tilt this tripod into frame. This tripod was $45 on Amazon, and it is 72 inches tall. So typically, anytime I want a really high angle, let's say I want to set my tripod up a little bit away from me and I want to have that camera angle kind of above me, but so that it can kind of see what I'm working on too. This is the tripod that I use for that angle. What I really like about this tripod, which probably not a lot of other people will appreciate as much as I do. So as you can see here, there is a little green dot on the top that has a level, and there's also a level up here. Okay, so finally I can show you guys all of the lighting equipment that I use. Okay, so first I'm going to show you guys this little selfie ring light tripod that I got off of Amazon. It was $27, but I liked that it was an entire tripod. It also came with a mount for your phone. And I like that it was plenty wide enough for my phone to fit under, because I bought these ring lights before where the phone didn't quite fit in between the light. So this was perfect. I also like that this one was not a USB one. A lot of the other ones that I've seen on Amazon are USB, and I wanted one that could directly plug into the wall for longer periods of use. I also like this one because it came with a little remote control, and once you set it up to your phone, you could take selfies or video recordings without actually touching your phone. And I like that it has different lighting features. So I could change it to this soft white, this bright white, and this yellow. And you can make it brighter or dimmer as you need to. And I typically use this one anytime I'm using my phone and I'm facing it. I use this a lot for any lives that I do on my TikTok or Instagram or anything. It has this little dial in the back that you just turn, and then you can turn your phone to be portrait mode instead of landscape. So definitely worth checking this one out. So this is my umbrella light, and as you can see, it's pretty tall. I have mine completely extended up, and it is probably a whole foot taller than me. But I got this umbrella light off of Amazon in a pack of 2 for $40. But I definitely prefer my box lighting over these umbrella lights. This is what the back side looks like. As you can see here, I can tilt this up or down as I need to. Now this is my favorite light. This was $40 just by itself. This is called a box light. And I just like it because it gives like a soft glow, kind of like the umbrella. I like that this is a rectangle because it will brighten up the entire frame versus where the umbrella is more of like a focal point. But this one can rotate any direction that you need it to. But if you wanted an even brighter light, you could just take off the cover and you would have the direct light, which as you can see is like a foil inside, which is what makes it reflective and bright. Alright guys, there you have it. There is all of my filming equipment. As always, I will link everything in my video description for you guys so that you guys can go and check that out. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to drop a comment down below. If you like this video, let me know that you liked it by giving me a big thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my other videos.